Hello, Abundant Seed Community. How are you doing today? It is so good to be with you again. I am so happy and grateful to be with you. I am just in my yard, and so today I observed this plant right here. I don't know if you can see it right here. This blade of grass growing very green out of the rocks in this dry, harsh season. And it came to me that I should just speak a bit about it today because we recognize what is happening here. If you look closely, this plant is very, very green and it's green. As you know, in this Caribbean island, we have two seasons, a wet and a dry season, and we are in the middle of the dry season. As a matter of fact, we are at the back end of the dry season, and it was extremely harsh. And so it's important for us to have an understanding what I'm going to talk about as it relates to this seed and in the context of what we do in the Abundant Seed family. Yes, so we are basically at a place where we need to understand our value, understand what we were created to do, understand our purpose, and then nothing should really come in the way of allowing us not to fulfill that purpose. And so even if we are placed in harsh conditions, we know exactly what our purpose is because it was outlined to us that we were created when we were born. I know the plans I had for you, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And so there is a hope for us, there is a future for us. And what has happened is that we have developed fear. And so we have to come to that place, even as when God spoke to Joshua in Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous? So we ought to be strong and courageous no matter what the situation is. We must not be dismayed. We must not be afraid. We must not be discouraged. Why? For the Lord our God promised that He would never leave us, neither would He forsake us. He would always be with us. And so when we are in situations, in tight spots as it will, some of us are going through some difficult times because we may have been retrenched, or we have been separated from our work. We have been sent home on time with half pay or no pay, but we have a little bit of money. We are in a tight spot, even as that plant. We may feel squeezed, but we recognize that that plant is growing. And what did it tell me? It tells me just as Jesus, when He spoke to the people, when He said, listen, do not worry about what would happen tomorrow. If I have taken care of the lilies and I have taken care of the ravens, how much more will I take care of you? Some of us find ourselves in positions where we have been transferred, or where we have been given another appointment, or sometimes we are given appointments outside of our country, outside of our comfort zone, and so we feel very difficult. We feel very challenged in reaching those goals, in attaining those targets. But look at that plant. That plant was not placed in the pristine conditions where there is proper soil, where there is the proper environment for it to prosper. But we see how green that plant is. We see that it is growing, it is prospering in that very area it is planted, however it got there. What can I say? I didn't plant it. I'm sure my family didn't plant it, but it's growing. That plant did not get any fertilizer. It did not get the NPK, in this case the nitrogen, the N, but it is very green and prosperous. What does that tell us? It tells us that our God will provide for us because He has already given us dominion over the birds in the air, over the crawling things. And would He not take care of us much more as He's taking care of that plant? What does it tell us, guys? It is sure as day that we are planted by the rivers of waters, and it is our time to bring forth fruit. It is our time to prosper. It is our time to claim our abundance. It is our time to claim our inheritance. It does not matter what the situation is around us. Our present situation, our current situation, it is not our final destination. We were born to excel. We were born because we are creative beings. We were born to produce and produce and produce. We were born to live a life of abundance. And so today, that plant, for those who have not been motivated to go after their dreams, to go after their goals, to fulfill their purpose, let us use that plant. Remember where we are planted, Abundant Seed family. We are planted by the rivers of waters. And we are in that place right now to bring forth our fruit. So guys, let us go forth with vigor. Let us go forth with that assurance that we are already fighting from a place of victory. Let us walk with the end in mind. Let us write that vision down, make it plain, and achieve our goals. Guys, this is it for today. This video was only as a result of that plan. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you have not yet done so. Like the video, share the video. Let us build this community together as we seek to ensure that people fulfill their God-given purpose. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Till we meet again soon. Remember guys, this video will always be in its original state. Notwithstanding we are in the yard and you're hearing bingo barking, we are going to do what we have to do and be as natural and as real as we can be, because we are in a real world. And we bring you real information to ensure that you get real growth. Till we see each other again soon. Bye-bye.